The men's soccer team continued conference play this week against Rider and Canisius.
Women's soccer played against Manhattan College this weekend, and hockey played out of conference opponent St. Anselm for 2 games.
Field hockey also hosted number 4 UConn this week.
All that and more. Sports Paws starts now. Welcome to this episode of Sports Paws. I'm Jess Bridgeraj, and I am here with Aiden Barrett. Aiden, there were a lot of games this weekend.
Yeah, we got a packed show for you guys tonight from the field and all the way to the ice. Quinnipiac men's ice hockey team took place in the Icebreaker tournament this past weekend, taking on number 6 ranked Boston College and number 18 ranked Northeastern. Let's get right into the highlights. We'll start off here in the first period. Boston College on the attack. A shot from Marshall Warren is originally saved by Yaniv Peretz, but Colby Ambrosio was waiting for the rebound, an easy goal, 1-0 Boston College. Second period action here. Boston College, they're going to be in here on a 2-on-1, but it's Patrick Gillies who decides to take it himself, and he pushes it past the goal line for a goal, 2-0 BC. We'll stick here in the second period action. Boston College in full control until Michael Lombardi finds Ty Smolonic right in front. Smolonic snipes it, pass dope, and Bobcats are up, or 2-1 BC. Third period action now. Skylar Brindamore is going to beat Eric Dope to the post and wraps it around to tie the game up at 2. Let's see it again from a bird-eyes view. Skylar Brindamore getting his first goal of the season for Quinnipiac in his new role. Third period action now. Marshall Warren finds himself in on a breakaway, but it's off the post, and this brings us all the way to overtime. Game tied 2-2. Boston College on a 4-on-3 power play trying to take the lead, but they are unable to, so Quinnipiac gets it to a shootout, and Boston College eventually is able to win it in the shootout, so they'll get the extra point there.
That wasn't the only ranked team Quinnipiac faced off this weekend. Quinnipiac took on number 18th ranked Northeastern. The Bobcats continue their Icebreaker tournament campaign against the number 18th ranked Northeastern Huskies. Let's see how QU fared as head coach Rand Pecknolda attempted to reach win number 550. First period. Starting out into the first period, you can see Desi Bergart is going to feed the pass to Ty Salmonic, but he gets denied so close, but on the rebound. It's Michael Lombardi who capitalizes for their first goal of the year. QU leads 1-0 only. Just a few minutes later, Joey Sapolone intercepts the pass, and TJ Friedman blasts a shot that hits the top shelf. Did that bar shot down make it in? QU leads 2-0. We head above the net to take another look, and the puck just crossed the goal line. Friedman gives the Bobcats a 2-0 lead. Speaking of TJ Friedman, we head into the second period. QU starts a chain of tape-to-tape passes up ice, and it's finished by Friedman, his second goal of the game.
Junior forward Skylar Brindamore took home ECAC Hockey Player of the Week honors. The center scored a goal and 3 assists over the weekend, having impact on the scoreboard in 4 of the 5 goals for Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac tied against Boston University 2-2 and beat Northeastern by a score of 3-0. Quinnipiac will travel to Vermont next weekend before their home opener the following weekend against number 7 North Dakota.
Moving over to women's hockey, the Bobcats faced the Hawks in an intense game this weekend. Let's see how it went down. So Amy Frednick picks up the puck by the board, passes to Sadie Pert, who fights her way past Kelly and scores the first goal of the game. What an effort made by Pert. 1-0 Quinnipiac goal. Resler fires a shot on Baudet, and she kicks it away. Turner is there for the rebound, and she gives it to Weber, who pushes it across the red line to score. The goal is 1-1 right now. Olivia Constantin shoots it on Kelly, and Pert picks up the rebound and cashes it in for her second goal of the night. 2-1 Quinnipiac goal. The Hawks are going down without a fight. Claire Weber finds the back into the goal. And Adiza skates through the crease, but Kelly kicks it away while Screever attempts to get the goal, then Mobley. But Ali Kelly lays on the puck to make this incredible save and keep the game tied going into the third. A 2-on-1 opportunity for Screever finds Adiza, and she snipes into the top shelf 20 seconds into the third period. Sadie Pert looks for a hat trick, but Kelly declines. However, Hoskin is the rebound to make a second goal.
Quinnipiac and St. Anselm weren't done for the weekend. The two teams would face one more time this weekend. Let's roll the highlights. All right, Quinnipiac and St. Anselm again back at the People's United Center for the second game of this series. Former Bobcat Ali Kelly starts a net for the Hawks. Let's get right into the first period here. Corrine Schroeder makes an excellent save here on Erin Myers on the breakaway early, keeping the score at 0-0. Second period action. It's going to be Sadie Peart. She's going to deflect a shot off Olivia Conningston, and the shot finds its way into the back of the net, 1-0 Quinnipiac. And Franklin Noe is going to backhand a shot that goes off of Ali Kelly and through the leg pads, and Alexa Hoskin fires a shot by her for a 2-0 Quinnipiac lead. Third period. Ali Kelly is going to make an excellent save here on Jessica Shriver, just completely robbing her right in front. Lexi Agia soars down the ice and dumps off the puck to Olivia Mobley, who gets one right by Ali Kelly. Veronica Bach then skates it all the way around the defense and gets a wrist shot right past the glove of the Hawks goaltender. Quinnipiac wins it 5-0. Corrine Schroeder recorded her 9th collegiate shutout this past Saturday. The former BU product stopped all 6 shots that came her way on Sunday. Schroeder has stopped 45 of 47 shots that she has faced this season. The Quinnipiac netminder picked up her 3rd win of the season as well. Schroeder is now riding a .957 save percentage and a .67 goals against average, her best stat line since 2020 when she posted a .943 save percentage and a .154 goals against in 26 games with the Terriers. Quinnipiac still stays undefeated.
Now we take a look at women's soccer. The Jaspers traveled to Hampton, Connecticut to play against the Bobcats. Let's take a look at how they did. The Quinnipiac Bobcats defeated the Manhattan Jaspers 3-0. Junior Paige LaBerge led team with a goal and an assist, while senior Selena Salas scored 2 assists. Manhattan College recorded 2 corner kicks, while Quinnipiac University had 5 corner kicks, and Manhattan had 2. The women's soccer team picked up their 3rd consecutive victory as well as their 3rd.
8-2 Quinnipiac taking on 1-9 St. Peter's in women's soccer. Quinnipiac is 6-1 all time coming into this game against the Peacocks. Much of the same here in this matchup. Quinnipiac took the game by a score of 5-0. All right, now let's take a look at how the Bobcats did in their matchup against St. Peter's. Let's go right into the first half. Bobcats midfielder Michaela Larry makes a move and finds open Selena Salas. Salas crosses it inside, but St. Peter's has it covered. Salas gets the ball back and sends it to Rebecca Cook. Cook finds the back of the net, 1-0 Quinnipiac early. 6 minutes later, sophomore Olivia Codrio makes a push down the field. She passes it by Larry, who wins the fight for the ball and centers it. Courtney Cole is there, and she would score 2-0 Quinnipiac. Nearing the end of the first half, Rebecca Cook sprints down the sideline and past all the Peacock defenders, including the goalies, and scores her second of the game, 3-0 Quinnipiac. After a strong going into the second half now, after a strong first half from the Bobcats, let's see how they would do in this second half. We start with the Bobcats attacking downfield again. Fleury Corjay makes a strong run and finds Courtney Kokol on the right side. She would find a wide-open Rebecca Cook, and she puts it into the back of the net. That's a hat trick for Rebecca Cook, her second of the season. Later on, the Bobcats continue with the pressuring the Peacocks defense. Courtney Kokol sends a high pass to Danny Zebra, and she would find the back of the net, Olivia Cordrio. She makes a move and scores. Quinnipiac would go on to win the game by a score of 5-0. Rebecca Cook was yet again the star of the week for the Bobcats. Rebecca Cook was named the ECAC Player of the Week. The sophomore scored goals 10, 11, and 12 on Saturday. Cook has started all 10 games for the Bobcats and has even been more dominant this year than she was last. The outstanding sophomore leads the team in goals, points, and shots. Cook has over double the amount of goals as the next highest Bobcat on the team in that category. Cook will look to continue her sophomore boom as the team continues MAC play and into the MAC tournament.
After the win against St. Peter's, let's take a look at how Quinnipiac ranks in the MAC so far. The top 5 schools in women's soccer MAC standings are Monmouth, Quinnipiac, Siena, Fairfield, and Marist. As you can see, Niagara, Ryder, and Manhattan are 6, 7, and 8, and Quinnipiac's conference record is 4-1. Now we have women's soccer beat reporter Shannon Tierney here to talk to junior goalie Megan Phillips more about her and the Bobcats this season for our new segment on the show, The Hot Seat. Shannon, take it away.
Thanks, Jess. I'm here with Megan Phillips. Megan, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. All right, let's get into it. So we're just have a few weeks left in the regular season, and this team is performing at some of the best levels that we've seen from them so far in recent years. As an upperclassman that's now been with this team for a few years, what do you think is different about the team this year that's allowing you guys to just have so much success?
Yeah, we just have a lot of team chemistry, and really, we're a very technical team, and we know how to work with each other off of that. So we're able to produce and work a lot harder in practice, and it shows clearly in the games when we're doing what we're working on and then getting the balls through, getting the balls over, and multiple people scoring in games also is a positive.
Yeah, another thing that was different about this season compared to last season is this year you actually had those pre-MAC games. How do you think it helped the team having the games before MAC play to kind of get ready for the year?
It really does help us because you get to see what your teammates look like. You get to feel out the team structure, the team chemistry. Last year, we didn't really get that. You just jumped straight into games. So with the new first years and kind of like the sophomore class too, we're still getting used to each other. But this year, having all those competitions, we start to understand this is how this person plays, this is how the team works, and this is a structure that's going to work for us. So it really is beneficial having those games in beforehand.
Yeah. And now there's just 5 games left before the MAC tournament begins, and it's been 5 years now since the Bobcats have reached the MAC championship, and it's clear that you guys are looking to change that this year. What are some things that Coach Clark is saying to you guys in practice to try and ensure that you guys are the team that is representing the MAC in the NCAA tournament?
Just how can we be different? Most of the structures of the teams, they're looking to see what are we doing and how can they stop us. So every team we know we have a target on our back, and that's something that we look forward in every game. How can we be different? How can we outwork the other opponent? And that really comes down to it. Who's going to work harder at the end of the day is going to come out with the win. And that's something that's really emphasized in practice and again in the games.
Yeah, awesome. Great talking to you, and back to you guys at the desk.
We are going to take our first break of the night, but we have more on men's soccer and field hockey. Stay tuned.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
but I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back, and thank you for sticking with us after that break. Let's get into the next round of sports news. Quinnipiac men's soccer faced Ryder in a MAC contest last Wednesday in Hampden. Let's take a look at what happened. Quinnipiac's men's soccer lost a MAC contest 4-2 against Ryder on Wednesday in Hampden, Connecticut. Ryder took 13 shots while the Bobcats took 10. Quinnipiac had 5 corners as Ryder had 4 corners. The Bobcats had 3 saves and the Bronx only had 1. Finally, Quinnipiac had 17 fouls while Ryder had 15 fouls.
Quinnipiac soccer took a bit of a skid, losing 4 of their last 5. Look to turn it around against Canisius. Let's see if they could. All right, let's get right into the game here. Fast forward to the second period. Brog Austin is going to get ready for the penalty kick. Goes in for the kill and scores the first goal of the game. See some celebration from his team. Austin with his famous celebration. Bobcats up 1. I will go later in the second period. Canisius kick to Jared Smith as he bounces it off his head, tries to go for the kick as it comes down and accidentally kicks the Canisius player in the face. Ouch. All right, so in the second period, here's a penalty kick from Canisius. Goalie Andreas Entregarvo fakes the save. Alessio Atzori gets the goal. Have some fun with that celebration. Canisius ties it. After 2 overtimes, now we are in the third. We have David Barcedo, who passing to Brog Austin. He'll find the back of the net, and he scores to give the Bobcats a 2-1 victory.
After the win for the Bobcats, let's take a look at where Quinnipiac stands in the MAC. The current top 5 teams are Monmouth, Siena, Quinnipiac, Marist, and Ryder. Then we have St. Peter's, Iona, Fairfield, Niagara, and Canisius. And Manhattan following behind them. Quinnipiac ranks 3rd with 2-2 conference record and 7-4 overall.
Quinnipiac and Siena went at it as well this weekend in volleyball. Nicole Legg had herself a big day outside of the win. The senior from Union, Kentucky tied the program record for most amount of service aces in program history for a single game. Legg recorded 7 service aces, giving her a grand total of 21 so far on the season. Legg was all over the court on Sunday, along with 14 kills and 2 blocks. Legg also hit 5 digs and 21 points to give Quinnipiac a 3-1 win in terms of sets. The Bobcats go to 5-13 on the season with 9 games left on the season.
Quinnipiac's volleyball team traveled to Lawrenceville, New Jersey to go against Rider University. Let's see how the Bobcats did. Quinnipiac faced a tough loss against Rider as they fell 1-3. Quinnipiac had 39 kills, whereas Rider had 48. Ryder and Quinnipiac both had 8 aces. Ryder had 11 blocks, while Quinnipiac had 8 blocks. Lastly, Ryder ended with 67 points, while Quinnipiac finished with 44 points.
Volleyball took Peters this weekend as well. The Bobcats defeated the Peacocks in 3 of 4 sets. Quinnipiac took matchup 1 by a score of 25-22. Matchup 2 was 31-29, followed by a St. Peter's 25-15 win, ending off the third set at a narrow Quinnipiac win, 26-24 on the fourth. The Bobcats out-killed St. Peter's 57-53. Maggie Baker and Nicole Legg led the Bobcats in kills with 17 and 14 respectively. Quinnipiac has 9 games remaining on the schedule. All will be crucial in deciding the Bobcats' fate in the postseason.
Now let's get into the volleyball team ranked in the MAC standings. The top 5 teams for volleyball are Fairfield, Ryder, Marist, Canisius, and Niagara. Then we have Quinnipiac, Iona, Siena, Manhattan, and St. Peter's. Quinnipiac ranks 6th with a 4-5 conference record.
Quinnipiac field hockey looking for their second straight win of the season, taking on 18-ranked UConn. The Bobcats fell to the Huskies by a final score of 1-0. UConn scored the first goal first goal early in the first quarter on a penalty corner early in the game, which was enough to give the Huskies the win. Becca Maine's team fought back hard to tie the game with a strong performance in net by Mac Farrell, who made 7 saves. The Bobcats were unfortunately only able to test UConn goaltender Shireen Specker 2 times, which looked to be the difference in the game. Quinnipiac has never beaten UConn and has only scored 5 times in 16 career matchups. Let's get field hockey beat reporter Ryan Coop's thoughts on the game and how they fared against the juggernaut UConn offense.
Quinnipiac field hockey has never beaten UConn in the program's history and have been outscored by the Huskies 111-5 since the two teams first met in 1998. Although the Bobcats failed to beat the Huskies today, a close 1-0 loss was fueled by a new team motto.
Before the game, one word we talked about was grit, and I think we definitely showed up and we were gritty today, and we went after it and took the day and just went for it. And obviously UConn is one of the top performers in the country for field hockey, so it was huge that we lost 1-0 and we showed up. We had opportunities, we had corners, shots, chances, and honestly they weren't in our defense that much, so I'm really proud of how we showed up today, and everyone was gritty.
You can out-hustle somebody, you can out-grit them, it doesn't matter who they are. They can be top 10 in the country, they can be where we're sitting right now at the bottom of the pack. But I thought they showed up today, they did the things we've talked about, they showed a lot of energy, a lot of spice, a lot of determination, what put us in a place to win a game finally 4 quarters in a row for the first time this season.
The grit mentality was developed after a 4-1 loss to Wagner and may be the turning point of Quinnipiac's season.
We had a very serious conversation after Wagner about stepping it up and bringing it to the next level because we were not satisfied with what we were doing as a team. Obviously, we were on a losing streak. So after that, we really stepped it up. And Gail, I think, was a huge confidence boost for us, too, because the way we came out here today, gritty, everybody was tackling back. Everybody wanted to be out there and wanted the ball. So I think that was huge.
The Bobcats will look to play with that same grit as they travel to Georgetown next Friday. For Q30 Sports, I'm Ryan Coop.
Let's take a look at where Quinnipiac's field hockey team stands in the Big East Conference. The top 5 teams in the Big East are Liberty, Old Dominion, Temple, UConn, and Georgetown. Lower in the rankings, we have Providence, Villanova, Georgetown, and Quinnipiac. And Quinnipiac set a conference record of 0-4.
All right, it's time for our final break of the evening, but stick with us as we go into women's tennis and a run from cross country to the top 5 plays all next.
Meet the scan. A simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job. I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing.
After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working. I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this.
You will find something.
You will find something new.
Welcome back, and thank you for sticking with us. A few more things to look at on tonight's show. Women's tennis has made a decision on their leaders for the rest of the way. Graduate students Dominic Facile and senior Camila Nella were named captains this past Wednesday. Both players have spent their whole career with the Bobcats, dating back to 2017 and 2018 respectively. Nella has 4 single wins this season, along with 5 double wins. Facile has 9 singles wins to lead the team in that stat category. She was named to All-MAC first-team honors, same as her counterpart, Camila Nella. Quinnipiac has 2 matches left on the season with UConn and New Haven. Women's tennis taking on Rhode Island this past weekend. Claire Kolashevsky and Brittany Wilbur went 7-0 on the day in doubles tournament. Kolashevsky and Wilbur had mutual success coming into the matchup, winning 5 matches beforehand. Madison Williams and Camila Nella also posted 2 wins together, followed by Jordan Bradley and Jean A. New-Koo, who won a doubles together. All right, let's get into the top 5 plays of the week. I'll do the odds. You got the evens? All right, sounds good. Let's get into it. All right, play number 5, men's soccer. Let's move into overtime. David Mercado passes the ball to Brock Austin. Austin scores his 2nd goal of the day, and the Bobcats win in extra time.
And we have number 4 with women's soccer. Courtney Chopel finds Rebecca Cook, and she scores her 3rd goal of the game to get a hat trick. Cook's 12th goal of the year. Bobcats defeat Canisius 5-0.
Play number 3, it's going to be Anne Freck-Renaud tries to go under the net as it goes off the bar, and Alexa Hoskin finds the puck and scores. Bobcats win that game 5-0.
Play 2, men's soccer. Bray Jawson gets the ball and drains a shot on the top left corner to give the Bobcats a 1-0 lead. Austin celebrates after with his 6th win, goal of the year. Won't be the last time we see him.
All right, play number 1 is going to be Joey Cipollone, who passes it. Joey Cipollone passes the puck to T.J. Friedman. Brock Austin scores. Cool. All right, let's go see what we have coming up on the schedule this weekend. Women's ice hockey will look to make it 7 in a row, best start in program history. The men's team will be in Burlington taking on Vermont. Men's soccer will take on Niagara, but first we'll play Iona Wednesday at 3. Women's soccer will travel to New York, taking on Siena, looking to get their win streak up to 6 if they are able to beat Canisius on Wednesday. Field hockey travels to Georgetown with a date with the Hoyos, and the Bobcats are 4-0 all-time in meetings with Georgetown volleyball, same as men's soccer will also get a crack on Iona on Saturday as they look to continue their postseason push. Men's tennis will compete in the Wesleyan Invitational. Women's tennis in action again, New Haven.
That's all we have for tonight. Be sure to check out our website, q30tv.com, and follow us on Twitter at Q30Sports. I'm Jess Bridgeraj.
And I'm Aiden Barrett. See you next time, next Monday.